Hello there, this is Mr. Dunaway. Welcome to Solving Using Systems of Equations. These are applications of systems, and these get a little bit tricky here. So I've got three problems here we're going to work through together. And if you would start at the first one about this shopper problem and take a moment and read that. What we have here is a shopper who has purchased 8 t-shirts and 5 pair of pants that cost $220. And then the next day they purchased 5 t-shirts and 1 pair of pants that cost $112. Now we're going to assume they're all the same prices for the t-shirts, and all the pants are the same cost as well. So your problem is to figure out how much does each t-shirt and each pair of pants cost. Well, in order to do this, one, you have to have a good grasp of how to solve a system, which we've started working on yesterday in class. And the first thing that I need you to do is to define the variables. Now I've already done that for you, but you need to write that on your page, and you're going to have to be able to do that on your own, but I've gone ahead and done it to save a little bit of time here. The variables are basically going to be the things that you're solving for. How much does each t-shirt cost, and how much does each pair of pants cost? Okay, as I go through this problem, one of the things I notice is that 8 t-shirts and 5 pair of pants cost $220. So the second thing I need to do now is to write my equations after I've defined the variables. So one of the equations that I can write here is 8 times t, because 8 t-shirts plus 5 pair of pants times plus 5 times p is equal to $220. And there I have one equation. All right, now the next thing I can do is find another equation in here right here. 5t and 1p is $112. Okay, so that is going to be 5 t-shirts plus 1 pair of pants, 1p, is equal to 112. Now here we have our system. Okay, so the third thing we have to do once we have our equations is we need to substitute. Substitute basically means use substitution that we learned in class to solve this system of equations. Well, the smartest thing to do would be to take this equation and isolate the p, because we have 1 pair of pants and we can subtract 5t from both sides. So I'm going to rewrite the second equation as 1p is equal to negative 5t plus 112. All right, now what I can do is, since I have one of the variables isolated and I know that 1 pair of pants is equal to this, I'm going to take this that I've just circled in red and substitute it for this p in the other equation, and you've got to put it in the other equation at this point, and then we're going to figure out how much a t-shirt is. Okay, so I'm going to substitute that now, and I'll write that in red. 8, no I won't, I'll write it in blue. 8t plus 5 times, now p is going to be replaced by negative 5t plus 112. Now that is equal to 200. Okay, so I took the top equation, substituted the p in there. Now we have to solve this for t. So if I solve this for t, I get this. Distribute, make sure you distribute the 5 to the 112. My calculator looks like that is 560. You can double check me. I'm sure you'll tell me if I'm wrong. And now I need to simplify. I need to combine my like terms here. I'm just doing, again, basic algebra from first semester. That's negative 17t plus 560 is equal to 200. And now solve for t. All right, subtract 560. And let me scroll down a little bit. We get negative 17t is equal to, I believe, negative 340. You need to be checking these numbers as I go. You should be hitting pause. That's negative 17. I'm going to divide by now. Hit pause as I work through them. And we get t is equal to, that works out to be positive 20. So he sold 20 t-shirts. Okay, well now that I have found that, I have to continue now and go back and find the number of pants, because the question asked me to find the number of t-shirts, I'm sorry, the price of the t-shirts and the price of the pants. So I've found that a t-shirt is $20 and a pair of pants I don't know yet. So I'm going to take this 20 for T and substitute it in here and solve for P. Now again, at this point you can substitute it into any one of these three equations, but this would be the smartest one because P is already isolated. So I could go 1P is equal to -5 times times 20, because I already found that a t-shirt is $20, plus 112. All right, let's solve that. Just doing a little, again, some basic math here. That's -100 plus 112, and a pair of pants is $12. And that's the answer. All right, so I found that one t-shirt costs $20 and one pair of pants costs $12. We could substitute those variables back in there and prove that they're all true. And there we have it. That's an application of a system. Now what I'd like to do here, I'm actually going to pause the video, or I'm not going to pause it. I want you to try pausing it, and I'm going to just put up the answer here. I'd like you to pause it, see how much of that you can do based on the previous question we just did, and then restart the video and see if you're right. Okay, so hit pause now. Okay, if you are back and ready, hopefully have this question done, I'm going to reveal the first part of the work, which looks like this. I came out with, let's see, one ream of paper, comes out to be $10 down here. I had to isolate that C. I did it was 1C, so I solved for that C. Then I substituted that 5P plus 54 in for that P right there. And then I just did the algebra down the page, came out with 10. I took the 10 for P, I put it back into that equation, and I solved for C is $4 right there. All right, well, I'm going to stop the video here, and I'm going to do the next question. If you want to try it, go ahead and try it. It's got a little twist to it. I'd be curious to see if you could solve it, and see if you can solve it, and then if you get stuck, I'm going to talk through it in one more video here in just a moment. So you'll have a second video just finishing up this problem right here, and we'll talk to you in a bit.